Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Get it up now. Oh yeah. Tavern talk, y'all. Feeling it? Are you feeling it? Are you flaming and voiding it? Let me fix this if I can. Hold on. God damn it. Boom. Welcome to Tavern Talk, a weekly Wheel of Time show where we go deep diving into the lore and theories of the Wheel of Time.
That we do.
This is Jansen. I'm Ryan's brother, Dan. Ryan will be joining us shortly. This is where spoilers happen, guys. So keep your ears guarded if that's something you want to avoid, because we throw spoilers like pizzas in Brooklyn, like frisbees in the dog park, like Ubers at a concert. They're everywhere. Today we got a special guest. Gosh darn it. We are lucky and privileged to have a great guest. So let me bring Morgan from Podcast with a Dragon. I couldn't wait, man.
Hey, Morgan, how are you?
Hey, what's going on?
Hi, Morgan.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
You do.
Yeah, I can never forget Morgan because that is the same name of my daughter. So I have always remembered that.
Hi, guys. I love that we have that frolicking in the background. Jansen is Jansen's stepping away from like a party to come talk to us. He's so bitching. So that all that joy and screaming you're hearing, it's at his house, because that's what happens at the Lashley Haynes household.
It does.
Hi, Ryan.
And I just had my first successful barbecue ever.
Ryan, your mic is crap.
But all right.
It sounds like you're talking in a tin can across a string to my bedroom. Morgan, thanks for being here.
You're welcome.
It's
How
been
you doing?
Oh, great. We're gonna talk. We've been doing a series where we are talking, comparing show to book, the character arcs and developments and plot lines from the show to the books. And today we're going to talk about all the Forsaken.
Right on.
We did well, as many of Forsaken as we saw. Let me preface it with that, because we didn't even see all the Forsaken.
I think this may be the most interesting conversation of the bunch so far.
Okay. So let's count off on one puppet hand how many Forsaken we saw. We saw Ishamael.
Yes.
We saw Lanfear.
Yes.
We saw Mogideon.
Yes.
We
Samael.
saw Samael. And we saw Ravine.
Yes.
And Está Todos Nomás. Right?
And we heard of two others.
Yep.
We heard of two others, and there was apparently 8 statuettes. So there was one other Forsaken that was in the storyline that we just did not meet.
A mystery Forsaken.
That wasn't a mystery to me. That was the writers giving themselves a crutch that they could use later.
Suspicions.
I mean, if you think about
Jansen, go on with that. Yeah.
If you think about the Forsaken that we did not hear of. We didn't hear of obviously Moradin, who is Ishmael, but we didn't hear of Demon Dread. We didn't hear of
Asmodean. We didn't hear from
Asmodean.
Agenor. We didn't hear from Osangar or Asangar, any of those.
No,
Bathamel,
what they were doing to different characters,
Balal.
what they were doing with different characters on the shows, like, and this is a prime example from the Wise Ones that we saw. They were merging people together, you know, so they could have brought any one of those guys in later for plot armor, for anything, to fix something, anything. And it's really, really, really advantageous of a writer, especially who's writing for a series, to leave things out so they have those, you know, get out of jail free cards. You know, it's definitely something they use.
Well, let's jump, I guess, into the Forsaken that we do see. And the first one that is the most prominent is Ishamael.
Yes.
Right. So Ishamael is in their dreams. He has flames in his eyes, and he's at the eye of the world. He is replacing a couple Forsaken here, right? In the eye of the world, that was. So the one with the flaming eyes was Balzamon, right? Balls on your mom?
Balls on your mom.
That's still Ishmael.
And then at the eye, it was Balal.
No,
Right?
Agenor and
No.
Balthamel.
Agenor.
At
I mean
the eye,
Agenor.
it was at the eye. It was Agenor and Balthamel.
Balthamel. That's, I say balls on your mom. I meant Balthamel. So, all right. Let's talk about Ishamael. Ishamael was played by an actor. I believe his name is Ferris. Ferris. Is that right?
Yes.
Bueller's Days Off. I'm just kidding.
You know, I really like his performance. I do. I like his performance, and I like what they did with him as far as his presence in the show and how much it affected the character's presence in the books as well. It was he did as much as he did in the books, with a couple of things that we didn't get because of money, obviously, and time, and not being able to have enough episodes and all those things that we already know and have already talked about. But what I love the most about Ishmael in the movie compared to the one in the books is he was more relatable in the movie than he was in the books.
Right. I was about to ask. So the Ishamael we read about is a scary guy. The one we see here is nurturing. He caresses so many faces.
So many faces.
So many faces he caresses.
Dan, come over here. Dan, come over here.
All right, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I like it. All right.
Okay.
Well, sorry, I'm gonna pet you. Let me pet you.
He did a really good way to show. They wanted to show, you know, nobody on Earth or in Randland or wherever you are, truly in their hearts believes they're a horrible person.
But Morgan, did he do in the show? Did he do anything bad? I don't remember. Did Ishamael was he scary at all?
He put a rat in Rand's mouth.
Well, I guess he was in the dreams,
yeah. The dreams were pretty fucked up. He pretended to murder Moraine in Rand's dream. So yeah, I'd say that's all.
I mean, he tricked Matt into stabbing Rand.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. Everything he was doing with Min was pretty fucked up. So yeah, I would say.
Well, I guess we'll get to Min in a different thing, but was she you don't think she was a true dark friend?
No.
If it walks like a dark friend, anyways,
no, she wasn't, because if she was, wouldn't she have disintegrated?
She swore the oaths. That's what they said.
Oh, men swore the oaths.
I believe so.
Who said that?
I didn't know they said that.
I thought so.
Who said that?
Well, I may be overstating, but
All right, chat. Did she swear the oaths?
I think she did. Oh, Glenn says no.
She didn't swear the oaths the minute he told her that there are some things only the dark can turn into. She's like, get fucked, and got up out of her chair. It was like, and he did his whole like, get back in your chair thing, and but
I know. Yeah.
See, now this is where, and I don't think anybody else sees this, but
okay.
this is where it started merging for.
Take it easy, Matt. All right, no one's yelling. Yeah.
This is where they started merging Forsaken, and there's a mistake. One of the Forsaken we're not talking about from the books is Masana. Now,
okay.
I don't think that anyone else has this view, but I believe that Masana might have been the most important Forsaken in the entire book. More so than anyone else for a lot of reasons, and one of those reasons is one of the things that the Dark One did under everyone's nose more than anything else was he tried to recruit people from the light into the dark. That was almost one of the Dark One's main missions. In fact, it pretty much was. And if you look at the Forsaken Masana in the books, from even back in the Age of Legends, what did she do? She recruited and she held cities for recruiters and literally was like a female Amaran doing that, bringing those people to the Dark One. She continued to do that in real time when she came out of the boar at the White Tower. And this adds weight to a Jansen Gleeman theory. Slayer sent to the Two Rivers to recruit. Because I believe that the White Tower sent Viren and Alana to the Two Rivers to recruit as well. I think the Two Rivers' entire thing was one gigantic recruiting mission.
Well, let me ask you, who in the show amongst the Forsaken would have taken the role of overtaking the White Tower, do you think? It probably would have been Lanfear, right?
I think that was Ishmael. I think
in the show.
Yes, I think that's where I was getting to the merging.
Okay.
I think that they added Masana's skills and skill set and everything to Ishmael, to be the recruiter, to be the one to entice all of the other people into following the shadow. I think that he was slightly doing part of that. He's the only one. Was
that a lot of dream work? And that's another thing we'll get into, I guess, is the use of the dream within the Forsaken. We saw that in the first season.
Well, yeah, I don't know if he used dreams. We know that he recruited the Shanshin. We know that he recruited Min. We know that he recruited Lanfear. We know that.
Right, so right.
I think that, they had to minimalize a lot of the recruiting because, again, we only had an 8-episode season or seasons. And I think they just wanted to pepper that into showing that he was also a recruiter. Also, one of the things he wanted to do was bring people to him.
Yeah. All right. So Ishmael was the last episode of season 1 has where Rand gives him the corn nuts. Right, Ryan?
Mm-hmm. No, that was Rain.
Oh, okay.
That was Rain. No. Yeah, so he kind of just walks into the blade and dies. What were your thoughts on that? Like, was that his intention all along? Was this like assisted suicide?
Well, we know what he wanted more than anything. And he even mentioned that when he died. So he said it's beautiful, so we know from the books that his punishment from the Dark One was just to be resurrected. That was the worst thing that could be, was just to be back. So, and I believe Randy had asked him, did he punish you yet for that? And he said, yes, he brought me back. in the book. So I think that, yeah, I was okay with the way he died. I mean, he had to anyway, right? If we were
I
going
mean,
to go.
couldn't he just like been more effective and then died? Like he just shot out the shield a bunch of times.
Hold on.
Well,
Try that again.
I thought it was
One more.
They made Egwene.
How about now?
I mean, Egwene shouldn't have been able to fend him off,
No,
He
and there
should've-
should have been a magic shield, parents' magic shield.
There shouldn't have been any of that.
Like,
Yeah,
he should have blown Egwene out off the off the tower.
Yeah,
Like,
pick
with
him
the
up and
flick
just
of the
throwing
wrist.
him out. Yeah. So like, I always thought he was dumbing down for like theatrics. Which would have been interesting if they could have somehow demonstrated that to the audience, because the audience was just like, "What is happening? Like, this doesn't make like our first time, our non-readers show like they did not get like what was happening."
Yeah, that's another something that I might do if I were being hired in a brand new team to start another show. They didn't have the mechanics or the physics of the magic of this
No,
right at all.
no.
They didn't. And the reason for that was because I don't think they truly understood it or looked it up enough. Because they did so many things from the very beginning to screw that up. And again, with the Forsaken, they also screwed it up. And don't get me wrong, I loved some of the visuals, but the whole Sam Hale thing, it didn't fit into me for some reason. It didn't fit.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just didn't fit. I don't know why.
Oh, giving him a Thor hammer? Didn't they give Samael a Thor hammer? Did I burp? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay. Whoops.
I mean,
I don't remember him having a Thor hammer, but him just being crumbled to rubble, right?
No, he had a hammer.
He got crushed under rocks. He's like, here I come. Oh no.
Morgan, he had a hammer, right? He came in.
He had the one power warhammer.
Yeah.
He had Mjolnir. What?
No. It's like he just conjured it. It was like Avienda's like flaming swords that she conjured. Yeah, he had a hammer. It was weird. Then he came in with a bunch of Aiel. That was weird too.
Well,
I mean, that's straight out of the books. That's from book 5. They had the attack in the Jangai Pass before they go through it. And they have all the people attacking being like Samael and the Golden Bees because they have the whole plot where they're trying to bait Rand into going for Samael, supposedly so that Grendel and Robin and Samael and Lanfear can capture Rand and give him to the Dark One. But, Lanfear's playing 3D chess because she knows Rand isn't actually going to do that. She's just trying to keep her fucking peers occupied so that Rand can have time to train with Asmodean. But yeah, the whole time they're sending little attacks to try to get him to go after Samael.
No, and I remember that. I just remember it feeling weird in the show because there was no like precursor or explanation. They just kind of came out and died real fast.
Right. And yeah.
Well,
and
remember,
maybe they would have, but who knows?
Remember, Samael didn't die
until he got his guts all torn out.
Yeah. Until Grendel did it. I mean, until Mogideon
did it. Yeah. So let's jump to Lanfear, I guess.
Real quick, let's do. I like this comment. Great man, thanks for joining all the way from the prison continent.
The land of wonder, the land down under.
Samael felt like a nod to all the Forsaken from the books who died in their first appearance. That's awesome.
I don't know. I felt like with Samael, they were doing kind of an homage to how RJ treated him, only not wasting, books and books on this build up to a battle that never really occurred, because in the end, RJ had him die, but more or less off screen. He just had the mist roll over him, but he had him, go out with such a whimper because he was an asshole and didn't deserve to die with any kind of glory anyway. So he's just like, they were like, okay, well, we'll do that too, is just have him go out undignified and not get very much time to just show what a loser he is.
That's awesome.
Let me ask, this highlights a main difference. What do we feel about a Forsaken killing another Forsaken like this? I don't think this
it happened a lot in the Age of Legends.
It does not happen in the books, though, right?
The
The closest we have is Grendel sacrificing what's her name when Rand. But that wasn't even that was a Forsaken. But I don't remember who it was.
That was
When the palace got blown up.
Halima.
Grendel kills Asmodean, but that kind of happens off screen.
Yeah, she kills Asmodean.
Oh, that's a good point.
But also, I felt like she would have thought that was safe because he was considered to have betrayed the Dark One. I feel like it's a fraught situation for the Forsaken to kill each other because, you don't want to go around killing your coworkers and pissing off your boss.
Pissing off your boss, exactly.
So, if HR is going to get involved and slap you down, I feel like it's just something you got to be careful with, or that's the kind of the thing in the books is that they can't kill each other with impunity because the Dark One's going to get mad. And it's sort of like it's there that eventually they're going to get to that point, but in the meantime, they're expected to at least sort of kind of work together.
Right. And the head of HR is an 8-foot mirror draw.
Yeah. Come in here and sit down. We have to talk.
You got a minute? We are displeased. So can we jump to Landfear?
Sure.
Landfear was a main focus of the book or of the show. She had more screen time than I think any of the Andor children, than Egwin, maybe. Well, not season 2 Egwin, but then Perrin, I think for sure. I think there was more Landfear than Perrin. I think there was more than Matt for sure. So Landfear was a top 5 character on screen, I think. Her arc. What do you guys think?
I think
yes.
What they were trying to do with her was tell everyone that she wasn't on either side. She was trying to play everybody. That's what she was doing in the books. She was doing everything to be with Luce Theron. For all of her own selfish reasons or whatever, but that's what she was doing. She betrayed every single person, including him. Every person that came across her, including the Dark One, including Rand, everybody. She betrayed everyone. And then at the end, she realized that she also betrayed herself. When Rand showed her everything that he was, she was left there realizing that she had betrayed herself, and she hated Rand for that, wanted him dead, and decided that faking her own death to start anew without the Dark One, without Luce Theron, without everybody was the best for her, which I would have probably made that same decision.
Yeah, like Michael Jackson and Elvis Presley.
Well, yeah, I guess.
I'm kidding.
Didn't Elvis die on the toilet?
I know. I mean, there's all these
Lucky bastard.
There's a whole slew of people who think these people are alive and like just living it up.
Yeah.
So Landfear, we saw that the love story that was brought that existed in the books.
Fuck with the Elfears.
Okay, yeah. I don't know.
Look at those fingers. Look at those fingers, right? No thumb. All fingers. That's so great.
I know. I tell AI fix the ears, make them normal, and they just can't. Whenever you say magic, they put elf ears on. Okay, well now that I did say, can I see? I was like, okay, let me get all the Forsaken at a diner.
This is a Drakkar burger meetup.
Yeah, Beauregard. No, it's Beauregard.
Burgars. Ryan, does that look like what Drakkar looked like to you, Morgan? Or, Jansen?
Is it what?
Is
Does it
this
look like
kind of
what
what
a
a
Drakkar?
Drakkar looks? A Drakkar, like their face,
Maybe.
but with bigger like mouths, like Bat Boy mouths.
They
No,
had
not really.
like merge.
But
Okay.
yeah, they don't really have wings.
Well, I mean, just add wings. I mean, the face and the fingers and stuff. This is what I kind of, but like with the Bat Boy face, like a Bat Boy mouth. Do you guys know who Bat Boy is?
Yeah.
Okay. He was like
the you talk about like
Bat
the
Boy.
Weekly World News Bat
Yeah,
Boy?
Bat Boy graduated college, and he's all with a mortarboard.
Dude, I just noticed, like, so one guy got like fries on the side.
Yeah, they're like fries upon fries.
Yeah, someone got no fries. Can I get those on the side?
Yeah. So yeah, the guy on the right really loves the guy on the left and is like, "Here, you have my fries."
And the guy on the left is like, dude, I already told you I'm not staying over tonight. I didn't bring my toothbrush.
Oh, these two on the left or the right, and then next to them, their like hands are touching as they're both going for fries. This is like
Right.
a moment.
And they're about to like clink, like do a cheers with their fries. They're gonna go clink.
All right.
Guys, we are normally not AI driven. Our voices are not AI.
Yeah. Go on.
But it's fun to throw up some images sometimes when we can get some. So there you go. Hey, Ryan, do you have a limit?
Like Mogadian?
Was that Gideon? Oh my!
Really?
No. This is Grendel. Sorry.
Okay.
Or
That
even-
couch is not
On a
nearly
Chase
as
Lounge.
naked people enough.
All right.
Let's talk Lanfear again. So Lanfear makes a deal with Moraine. She's like, hey, listen, we need to work together in order to get Rand's friends away from him so that we can just manipulate him together. She does like throw what was a bubble of evil was transformed into the show as being created by Lanfear under the tacit approval of Moraine. What do you guys think of that? Let's talk a little bit about Moraine and Lanfear working together. Would Book Moraine have ever trusted Lanfear in this
I
capacity?
mean, show Moraine didn't trust her. She and Lan had a whole conversation about, no, we can't trust her, and yeah, she'll betray us, but like not today. And we can trust that we have the same goal in the sense that she doesn't want the other Forsaken to be able to kill him.
Yeah, she does, but she also says not today. It's like working with the mob, right? It's like, well, which again, So Jansen, talk to me.
I think that Book Moraine would have died fighting Lanfear if they would have gotten that close in the book. Lanfear never, ever contacted or had any interaction with Moraine until the fight in Fires of Heaven. That's the only time that they actually interacted in the books. And Moraine was terrified of Lanfear.
Mm-hmm.
Lanfear was the only thing on her mind for almost 2 or 3 books. And she was terrified at first that Rand was going to follow Lanfear and be turned to the Dark One because of her. She was worried about their past relationship as Luce Theron and Meryn. She was, and then ultimately very, very worried about her dying at the hands of Lanfear.
She was one of the few people that actually understood that connection, correct? The Lanfear, Meryn, Luce Theron connection.
Yeah, she mentions that. She mentions that, but you know who else mentions that? Her and Swan both knew that, because in The Shadow Rising, Swan mentions this to men, and I believe the first chapter. She says that there was one thing that we know about Luce Theron is that they were in love.
Is he loved the ladies, some of them on the younger side. He sure did have a good social life. Luce Theronstein.
Yeah, Forsaken Enigmas never age.
So one of the things that I really appreciated about the show is that the work the writers were doing, building up a relationship between Moiraine and Lanfear, so that you had all of this precedent, so that the climactic battle would be better, so that it would be actually, built upon something. I thought that was fabulous.
Morgan, was the show pushing to have Moiraine push Lanfear into the doorway?
Yeah, they were pushing to have her do something. I don't know if they would have had it be the doorway, since where would they have gotten to the point where they were at the doorway? But I'm assuming that they were pushing to have her do something. Like, they would have figured something out. And so they were, having this battle. I'm assuming that it would have taken a while, partly because it was too good. I mean, they were such good television. I was kind of waiting because, partly, they had, it's like you had arcs. Okay, so you had the second season where she's, with Rand, and it's like halfway through he learns who she is, and he's a little bit shell-shocked by it. You get to see her relationship with Ishamael, and that she's kind of playing both sides. Next season, she's doing the whole like bitchy girlfriend thing where she's being shitty to Egwene, and so you get the whole journey to the point where Rand basically almost is like, yeah, okay, I love her, I want to be with her, to, oh, you're awful, I'm going to break up with you. So then we were going to get the jilted lover, murderous, evil Lanfear season, presumably. But I was just kind of waiting for them to bring in whoever was playing Grendel, because I was guessing, like, Natasha was great, but they were going to find someone and have the character of Grendel be like the next stage up. I was excited for her costumes, because I was sort of like, yeah, okay, like Lanfear's fits are awesome, but Grendel's fits are going to be next level. They're going to have whoever they got to play her was going to be extra and like fab, where everybody, it was just going to be up, up, up. Yeah. And it was just, I was so excited for it, because considering where, Natasha, like the level that she was playing Lanfear at, to then bring in this next Forsaken, I was just so looking forward to it, and so disappointed that we didn't get that, because yeah.
All right, who would you have casted, Jansen? Is it Natasha Lyonne?
No.
What? Check out the set of bannons on her.
To play Grendel, That's a great question. I had to play Grendel.
Yeah, think on it. Chat, what do you guys think?
You know who would play a pretty decent Grendel? Bryce Dallas Howard.
Okay, looking her.
How do I shrug with a puppet?
That's
I
pretty
don't know.
good. That's pretty
Okay.
good.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't know. I don't know anyone. I'm an old
Ron
man.
Howard.
Oh, Ron Howard's daughter.
Ron Howard's daughter. She was in Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah, I know her.
She would play a very, very good one.
I like the thought that Grendel coming in and being like OP, right? And to a certain degree, we had that with Mo Gideon. When Mo Gideon came in, Lanfear almost shit her pants. She's like, "Oh fuck, we're in the major leagues now. Mo Gideon's in town," and Mo Gideon stepped up to the plate. Not only does she rip apart Samael, like in the most dramatic fashion, it looks like a Dexter scene. But she she gobbles every scene she is in. Those bangs are as fierce as her attitude. Let's talk about Gideon.
Definitely a different character from the book. Completely different. She was way, way different. It was almost all new, different, Forsaken altogether.
Right. This one was like psychopathic goth lady. Who
She gave off like, I thought she was so much better because like Mo Gideon in the books isn't particularly interesting. She's like, what makes her compelling is basically her relationships and situations that she has with other characters, but her as an individual is not compelling or interesting at all. And so they were kind of like, okay, well, we'll go somewhere else with her and have her make an impression. And holy shit, did they ever. And Elia Costa played her so well. And I wasn't necessarily, when I watched the scene where she comes into the room with Egwene or Elaine and Nynaeve, I wasn't expecting or anticipating that scene, and it was, like I thought episode 4 was great as, basically a like scene for scene ripped out of the books, thing. But my absolute favorite taken out of the book scene was that scene. I was riveted by how well it was done. And she gave off this like flavor of like neurospicy where the whole time she looks like she's sitting there trying to be a person, and by the end of it she looks like she's trying, like absolutely crawling out of her skin, like she needs to get away from people because she can't stand it. Like, and I was just like the whole time watching it really empathizing, like the days I'm not feeling particularly sociable and I'm like, okay, I need to like get out of here and stop having to like talk to or try to interact with these people anymore. And so yeah, her whole thing was just perfect. Like the way she dealt with the Black Acha, because it's like you do in the books, same thing, acting as a servant, they're being shits the whole time. So just, God, like every scene, having her just be so damn weird. She stole my heart at the same time that I'm just like,
she brought such an aura of chaos and menace every time she was on scene. Like, the same with Eamon Valda. Whenever he was on scene, there was just this tension and this menace that was around him, and that swirled around Mo Gideon, in my view.
It did. Yeah.
All right, everyone, real quick. Thank you, the whole rabbit.
Look at the whole rabbit.
Yeah. Ty Shart to you as well.
3 Morgans and 1 Jansen. That's it.
I like it.
All right. So I guess what other Forsaken did we really see on screen? Oh yeah, goddamn, yeah, Evil
So,
Bjork. Yeah, that's what we call it, Evil Bjork.
so my favorite
Thank you so much,
performance
Matt.
of all the Forsaken, and I know this is a little controversial or whatever, but was Robin. I loved
Okay.
it. I thought he was fantastic as Robin. Just his mannerisms, the way he was a politician, like Robin was in the books.
Yeah.
The way he approached being one of the Dark One's minions, as someone who believed in diplomacy, even though he was on that side. I thought he was brilliant. I love that. It was great, and the way that he was in the books, led a lot of credence to the way that he was. It left a lot open to show more of the things that he liked when they came back to him. They were developing him very well.
He was so good. What I found so impressive about him was the fact that, because he's a disgusting creep, but it's like the aura that he gave off, he was so pleasant that like I couldn't help but smile every time he was on screen. And it was just like every other woman in the room where they're just like, oh, Lord Gabriel. And I'm just sort of like, oh, Lord Gabriel, like, it's so good to see. Like, I wanted him on screen all the time. Like, however the actor managed that kind of level of charisma and, filling that part. Like, I absolutely, agree with you, Jansen. Like, I wanted more of him.
Oh, yeah.
Like the way he managed to like have that interaction with Elaine, where it was so incredibly genuine, and it's like. And Mogedi tells her later, Robin wants you dead. And it's like, sure, he wants her dead. But it's almost like, even with the people he wants dead, he likes them or interacts with them perfectly well. And it's not personal that he wants them dead. It's just politically expedient.
Yeah. Yeah, he was great. I thought it was fantastic.
Morgan, also the way that they did Ravine as like compulsing everyone to think that they all know him when he just showed up. It just really showed. I wish they were able to delve into that more, because that is an incredible power to have.
That was a very way they used the power differently in the show than they did in the books. And it was also a really, really nice way to explain a lot without using a whole lot of time or money to do it. And that was by letting everyone know that he was giving out this irradiated thing that could happen, almost as if he was a walking crystal throne.
Right.
Yeah.
But not only crystal throne, but also like it's implanting memories that weren't there. Yeah. Elaine thought that she's known this guy forever, and she hasn't. It's implanting these false memories. So it's not only this good feeling around it, but it's also instilling familiarity. It's kind of like that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. Was it Total Recall?
Total Recall.
This is kind of Total Recall. It's like you're just implanting memories, and did it happen or does it not happen? And well, I mean, I don't know. It's dumb. That's a dumb. You know what? Let me retract that. That's done. My favorite was Mo Gideon of the ones we saw. I liked Ravine a lot, but Mo Gideon just, I could not see anything else on screen besides her.
Yeah, I agree. Robin was great. And I, couldn't get over how pleasant he was, but in the end, he just didn't have the interest. Like, she was like watching a train wreck, and it was like, not being able to look away. And it was so fascinating. And it was just sort of like with Lanfear, Natasha played her great and everything, but by the time we get into the third season, the minute that she started doing horrible shit to Egwene, I lost interest in her because it was just kind of like, that kind of being a shitty ex-girlfriend and doing mean girl shit to the current girlfriend. Is just like that whole kind of thing. It's just like that's
She
not
got to do that. She did do that, but she got to use a Syndra as her punching bag for that exact reason. And we didn't have
what?
Huh?
Sorry, I missed what you said. She got to do what?
She got to do that in the books, that petty thing that like you torture. She did that to a Syndra in the books instead of
Yes.
Egwene. So she they tried to show that too. But
and it has a lot more impact doing it to Egwene than to do it to Isandra. But I'm just sort of like it, and it worked. It was totally something she would do, and totally awful, and made for a great like confrontation when it finally came out, for her to confront Rand, for Rand to be able to push her away because he had the conversation with Moraine, like, do I kill Egwene sometimes? And so he's like, okay, well, we need distance here because I don't want this to be one of those times. But also I'm just kind of like, that's just not something that makes me have interest in her, because it's like, boring.
Yeah.
So at that point I was ready.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was ready for Moraine to push her through the doorway and for Grendel to come on scene and start stealing the show, basically.
Well, we were robbed of being able to see who else was cast and what other ones we could have seen. But one of the high points I think of the series was its casting of people, and I think that stands for the Forsaken as well. I will say my one criticism is I wish that Ishamael didn't have such a high school counselor feel to it. There should have been a bit more menace to him. He should have seemed more dangerous than he was, and both of his deaths were very weirdly passive. I would have liked to see a bit more fight in him besides him just throwing shit at a shield that wasn't working. But besides that, I like the casting a lot. And I don't blame the casting. I blame the directing, I guess, right, Jansen?
I think it's a combination of the directing, the writing, COVID, Barney. There was a lot. I mean, it goes to saying, you can't have a great house without a solid foundation, and this started on a rocky foundation.
Yeah. Good point.
Really did.
I don't agree with you. I think that he was really capable of being quite menacing. That whole scene with Min in Teleron Riyadh, where she's kind of like, I'm not going to hurt anyone. He's like, you will. I won't let you hurt Matt. He's like, you might. That whole, and the way that they would film that with the little jump cuts and stuff like that, I found that, or the scene in the wagon when Perrin gets rescued from the Shanshan, all of those things I found incredibly menacing, partly because there was no real overt threat.
Okay. Right on. There was always a benevolence to him, though.
Oh, yeah.
Because
he knows he's going to win in the end, or at least he believes that. Because what's his theory is that, the wheel keeps turning over and over and over again, but the Dark One only has to win once. You guys have to win every time. We only have to win once, and then the wheel is broken.
Yeah, I know all that. It just, he just. I'll stick to the term benevolence. Benevolence, it to me seems the opposite of malice.
Yeah.
And there was a constant benevolence to him that I did not see the malice. Even when he was talking to Min, there was a caring aspect to him. He's like, you will. That's you're going to. This,
No.
he was
And-
he was always good cop. I guess let's say that he was never bad
Yeah,
cop.
that's true. Yeah, he was always.
No,
good
but
cop.
it was interesting though, like in terms of trying to create the Forsaken as a whole to be like not a like monocle, like a like a
Monolith.
like monolith, yeah, or just like one blobby thing of evil. Like
Let me.
it's very interesting to make
Monocle.
him like because in Ishii's character, he has this philosophical nature to him. Right, like didn't he come to the light because he philosophically deemed that? I mean, to the dark because he deemed that they would eventually win, like through
Yeah.
philosophy. Yeah, so
right.
like making
Lou
him
agrees with you, right? Yeah.
yeah. So making him like this way, it's like very hard to explain that he was just going mad. Over like that whole storyline is still confusing in its own right, like how he just becomes mad, claims to be the Dark One, confused the shit out of me the first time I read the book. I didn't understand any of this, all of that. Like I understand cleaning it up, and I thought that it made him stand out amongst the Forsaken, knowing what we're going to be coming later, which is like freaking the spider and like all the crazy shit that's gonna happen. So I liked it. I thought he did great. I actually wanted more face touches. I thought that was all cool.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You know how many groin touches we did not see?
I wanted, yeah, how many did they edit out? I wanted, yeah, the face touches became like the knocking, like it was like a trope. They like knock someone out, move them to one a new place. What's that?
Didn't he do it to a Trolloc too?
Yes. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was one of the best. Yeah. No, he is always touching faces.
With that kid. Oh yeah, that
No,
kid
I mean
scene.
like yeah, and he turned Leandrin after she's escaped from like her horrible situation. Like all of this made the Forsaken more, I think, interesting as a group,
Right.
for the viewer.
But were you ever scared of Ishamael in the show?
No.
Right?
No, well, no, but I'm not easily scared. Like
The scariest thing was the dreams. I think the fire eyes, and Rand barfing out bats.
I
That
mean,
was
he
pretty
knifed,
scary.
yeah, I know, and he knifed Moraine in the face, like in the dream.
He face knifed her.
Yeah, he stabbed her in the back of the
Yeah, I
head, and the
stabbed her
knife came
through
out
the
of her
face.
mouth.
He gave her the. You want to know how I got these scars, Lan? What else about the Forsaken, guys? What Forsaken? I guess besides Grendel, which we may or may not. Did we want, based on the show, the way the show was going, did we want Asmodean to be there for Rand, to be his weird guide for half a season?
I thought it would have been nice, to give Rand a teacher, somebody that in the ropes. I mean, they still never really got to that.
No, he just was doing shit. Like he just knew it all along.
And they could have gotten to that, but they never got to that. They never explained any of that. So it would have been nice if he would have had a teacher.
Yeah, what do you think?
Okay, answer it. Yeah, go on.
What do you think, Morgan? Would the show have benefited from Asmodean?
Yeah, I was really interested to know, like, what the final Forsaken was going to be, because, it was sort of like you felt like you were gonna have Asmodean, but I was pretty much convinced that they were going to do Timandred, so I figured that Demandred was gonna be the final Forsaken. And then they teased that whole, like, oh, Samuel's going to teach him instead, but no, instead, yeah, he got turned into spaghetti. So yeah, I don't know, like, they had the Forsaken, though, with the statuette. They had the one with the guitar. So it's just kind of like, are they gonna, combine one of them and have them be, Asmodred, or since they're gonna have
hot take. How about Asmo Tom
Or-
Modium?
Tom Modian,
No, Asmodeus.
Asmodeus.
No, I'm saying Tom
No, I
Merlin
mean-
would
Sorry,
have
I
been.
have to leave early, but I'm gonna have to check out.
All right,
right.
buddy. Thank you for
Jansen,
carving out some time in your busy life.
Love y'all.
See
go
you,
throw
buddy.
some kids in the pool.
All right.
Well,
good to see-
Wadaholic says that Timandred could teach Rand, and that was one of the things I
I
was
love you,
thinking
buddy.
as well. Is that especially having Taim show up to, and Rand being like, okay, build me an army of male channelers. He could get lessons from Timandred,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe he has a guitar too. But
Dude,
How do we
take-
feel? How do we
Okay.
feel like they captured the Forsaken as a whole, with all the limitations?
oh, I loved it. They were so much better than in the books. In the books it was just like a lot of them were very cookie cutter characters. And admittedly he had so many of them that a lot of them couldn't get much more than just, a few sketches, and then, they get killed or whatever. This, like, they made all of them very distinct and gave them a lot of personality. They picked actors that could really fill the characters. I thought they did a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite scenes were when they were on screen for sure, and that's how I felt in the books too. It's like, oh shit, we got a Forsaken POV. Like, I was always
it's
stoked.
hard to see now. It's hard to see now. Okay, I gotta squint through this blue dark. I don't know. Mogideon
What?
scenes were hard to see sometimes.
Okay, yeah. Well, she's a spider.
Let me ask you, Morgan, would the show have benefited from Forsaken reincarnations?
I don't know. I mean, it's a lot to do. I think it would be fun to bring Ishamael back just because Ferris was so damn good. So to have him come back and that would be a cool thing to explore, in the sense of, oh, you thought you died, but you didn't. And also because I thought the whole thing about having the power wrought blade be something that successfully killed, Forsaken was dumb.
Right.
But also I don't know, it's just a lot. So I don't know that narratively it would have been good to do.
Right. Especially, I agree with you, especially because we had Lanfear come back from a fatal wound and get healed on the floor. Her blood actually got sucked back up into her, I think. It was weird. But it's like, okay, if the dark one, it wasn't even clear that it was the dark one. It was just she was immortal. She got her throat slit, and she had weird things in her eyes, and then she came back to life. But it wasn't. Yeah, you and I know that. But does Joe Schmo, who just watches this, I don't think it was very clear why she was reincarnated. And so it just seems that the Forsaken were immortal at that point. And the only time that one actually died, maybe, is when Rand did that weird slow motion stab. So having reincarnated Forsaken based on this world, I don't think would have worked, because we already saw that Forsaken, if you kill them, they can come back. Like right there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And they didn't really explain that. No, you're right. I think it would have been hella confusing with the constrictions that they had, the confines of 8 episodes per season. But if we actually had like our dream show, hell yeah. I want it all. I want Halima, however problematic that might be.
So the Gray Man, we actually have Ishamael being resurrected because, in theory, he was killed at the end of season 1. But no, we just freed their number 1 lieutenant
Mhm.
or whatever.
I love
right,
the
Ryan?
Graying Man is such a great name, Dan. I just
It's
realized.
so good. Yeah.
I
didn't-
it's
Ryan,
close to
I didn't-
home.
Ryan, I didn't even see that name. It just like it would seem like my eyes
yeah.
were just sliding off of it. It was so weird. I couldn't
It's-
focus
yeah,
on the
yeah,
Gray
yeah.
Man.
How does he do it?
How does he do it? How
How
was
does
I
he
even? Yeah.
Those Australians, slippery.
Oh, oi.
Yeah, we have 3
Um,
Aussies in chat right now, I think.
Wow.
I know.
Love it.
And all we do is make fun of them, and they fucking love it. They just laugh and laugh and laugh.
You're all righteous cunts.
Right.
Right and proper.
Hell,
Morgan.
Morgan, I just want to talk to Morgan for just a second.
Yeah.
We haven't been able to really talk to you since the ending of the show. And yeah, I know you're like diligently going through your reviews on your channel at the pace that you can manage. Because are you in school still?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you studying?
accounting and project management.
Oh shit.
Whoa.
That sounds like a degree in Excel.
Spreadsheet queen.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a lot of
Do you go to
Excel.
Spreadsheet U?
Spreadsheet queen. Now she's excelling the team dream.
That's amazing.
I actually took a database class last term, and I made like a Wheel of Time database, and fucking nerdy as shit. So
How much is AI
Damn.
a part of your curriculum? I can ask questions, Ryan.
no,
Okay, it's all analog.
I mean you use the computer and stuff, but they're pretty adamant that people don't use AI for stuff, and I'm pretty anti-AI because it's so horrifically bad for the environment, so I try not to use it at all. I did make use of it a little bit for my project just because I had so much data I had to enter, so I would be like, do this thing because I need 500 of these entries, but so I can copy paste it into Excel, but other than that, I try to avoid it like the plague.
Whoa, yeah.
Yeah, because when you're counting on fingers and AI adds like additional fingers,
It doesn't even give you a thumb.
You're
gives you
just like,
five weird
everything
long
goes
fingers.
it's like how do you work with that? There's four on the left hand. All right, yeah.
That's so funny.
So how?
Why can't AI do hands? Once AI fixes hands, we are all fucked. We can all hear like AI weirdness, right? You watch a YouTube video and it's like this. So the person called 911 and said this, and you're like, oh, you're an AI voice. You're not a real voice. You look at a picture and you're like, oh, there's fucking weird fingers. It's gonna fix itself. It's gonna get better.
Yeah.
And right now we can all see it, but there's gonna be a point where we can't see it anymore, guys. It sucks. Right now it's just like it's like a kindergartner and we're putting shit on like the board and saying, oh, isn't that cute? But next thing you know, this thing's gonna be fucking. We can't tell between real and not real.
Yeah, you'll get a phone call. You don't know if it's a real person on the other line.
You don't know
all of it. Yeah, you call.
Joe
like,
Rogan just called my phone. Yeah.
No,
he
it's
told
gonna
me
be
to buy a
amazing.
Bitcoin.
All right, so Morgan, how was your overall feeling about? Did you go to WalkCon?
I did.
Okay, I thought I saw you in some pictures in the background, and I was like, "There's my girl." Did you get COVID?
I don't know. I was sick ahead of time. Like I was sick the week before. I had an ear infection, so my hearing was pretty fucked. It's still fucked up. I have like about 25% hearing in my left ear.
Dan, do it, Dan. Do the
So,
joke.
like, I had gotten well enough to go, but was real low energy, and so I didn't socialize very much actually. And it
Oh, okay.
was
That's because we weren't there to smoke you out in the parking lot.
Yeah, no, yeah, we didn't hang out. God damn it.
We would have
well,
forced you.
I wouldn't have been able to smoke. So it was a pretty lackluster con for me. Like I didn't, I just didn't get to do a lot of stuff. I couldn't really hear anything during the main events and stuff like that. I did end up getting sicker again by Sunday and really felt like shit when I got home. So I may have gotten COVID. I just never got a chance to test.
Yeah, and I know Dad Swain, Sadai, and Beth are out with COVID. I think we might have watched Jansen just getting it live on screen earlier.
Jansen just got COVID as we were watching.
He was all, But okay, so your overall feelings on the show, like as a whole, it sounds like you're pretty positive. Were you like on the like I'm loving it, all the changes, let's just go with it?
Oh,
or
yeah.
did you struggle with the changes at all?
No, because I didn't want something that was, absolutely parallel to the books. I've read the books a ton. I also know that adaptations are not, good adaptations are not exact, because it's a completely different medium, and there's way too much interiority in Jordan's books to change well. So having them do, all of the different kinds of syntheses of characters, the writing new scenes to be able to take a bunch of other scenes and kind of take all the different points that they want to cover and present something new. I was just super impressed with most of the stuff that they did. And I felt like where they fell short a lot of times, they could have done better if they had just been given more time. So, and also it's just kind of, it's a different thing in the sense of like you're writing as a team, you're working within the kind of constraints that you just don't have when you're an individual writing something. And it's just so different. So yeah, I was incredibly impressed with the writing of the show the whole time, honestly. And yeah, very happy. I thought season 3 was great.
So do you now, if Save Watt, hashtag Save Watt, everyone? If hashtag Save Watt were to somehow...
Is that a plane? I think a plane's flying over my house, right?
Oh, yeah. Read the banner. So if hashtag Save Watt works, would you prefer like a whole new restart, or start like season 4, let's keep it going? Same writers, same everything.
No, yeah. I don't think it's broke, so they should just go on. I think that they did a good job, and the people who worked on it deserve to keep working on it. They, I think they were doing very well.
So what's your autopsy? Why are we canceled? Why are we in these dire
because
straits?
Streaming ruins everything. It's like shows get canceled all the time for all kinds of reasons, and mostly I think it's just that they don't want to put the money into stuff. They want to be able to send as much to their shareholders as they possibly can. So yeah, corporate greed. Why else?
And you're studying to be an accountant.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So she can audit, Ryan. So she can probably audit
you go. Yeah. Fight.
I'm gonna try to work for the state government, so it's nothing exciting about that.
No, I love it. Okay, so you're pro the show. That's great. We've been vocal about some of our criticisms. We've had to mourn what I feel to be like the loss of ever seeing our books come to life, which I think would make me happy. And that every scene that was really close to the books, I always thought was just the best scenes.
Right. Every episode. Right. Yeah. Go on. I'm sorry.
And there were remarkable moments in this show moments I'll never forget. I've given high praise for some of the moments, like the Ruidian moment, Moraine and Rand. That whole scene is some of the best television I've ever seen. I put it up there, top 5 moments I've ever seen on television.
Blood Snow.
Yeah, but that was fun, but it wasn't that.
Oh no, I thought it was the best fight scene I've seen. Like I was feeling the emotion of her going through labor while fighting. I love that scene. So yeah, go on.
So there's these amazing highlights. It felt inconsistent in a lot of ways for me, which was frustrating. But I know all the ins and outs. But as just a viewer of television, like it was. I don't. It's just too hard. I can't take myself out of it to be like, oh, would I have like enjoyed this as just a fan of fantasy television? Because I like fantasy shows. Like I look forward to them. They're far and few between. So you're thinking that the issue with this show was like sign of the times type of stuff. Like this is just what
it's just inevitable.
It means to be like working in this new like streaming field. Is that kind of where you're placing the blame on?
I mean, yeah, I think that streamers basically they put out quantity as sacrifice quality with a lot of shows, and then it's just sort of like they cancel really good shows and keep bad ones, and it's like a lot of times it's because they don't want to pay the money.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's sort of like you get a little bit further along and then it's like people want to get paid more because people need to get paid, and they'd rather just be like, no, we're not going to do this, we're going to do this other thing, where we can pay people less, whatever entry level wages. And I think that it's just it sucks. I don't have any more. I don't have any streaming services now. I canceled Prime after they canceled the show. And,
look at you! Yeah.
I don't have anything else.
I've talked about this a lot on this channel, that the movement from legacy like production companies to streaming services has been like the downfall of art. The visual medium of art. Like it truly has been, like, at least the legacy companies, they knew that they could leverage a box office like movie and then take that to fund a very artistic movie that's going to win Oscars, and they wanted those fucking Oscars. And they wanted that like prestige, and they were trying to make art, and they knew how to like balance, like, okay, we're going to put out this, but then we're going to like come around with a really like huge like blockbuster, like, some of the great movies we all love in the history, right? Like, so it's like everything has changed, and I don't know, like I would love to have seen this attempted like even 10 years ago. Right? Like what if some company pulled Wheel of Time out?
Like HBO. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, HBO grabbed it 10 years ago. Yeah.
I mean, so it seems like a company like Amazon to me is into acquiring more than developing. So they own now the Lord of the Rings trilogy and all that IP. They own, I guess, the Wheel of Time stuff, or the licensee. They don't own it. And both of those shows, I guess, are garbage. They're only given 8 episodes. They're not like developing. No show can grow in 8 episodes a season. Let's just be honest. Who the fuck?
Not this scale.
Who the fuck is what other show succeeds at 8 episodes? Like none.
3-body problem.
None.
No, I mean it's out there.
But Bezos just got married. He's there's still ball and chain now. You got so much.
I don't know.
He just bought the rights to Melania's book that was $40 million. There's so much that's got to go into the Melania stuff.
Yeah, and
so Bezos is just busy. He's sending shit into space, guys. He hasn't
Yeah.
got time. I'll give you 8 episodes of, and that's it.
I would argue in a lot of ways, and like Rafe was bold in a lot of ways to even put this out there in like the public consciousness, but I would say that this corporatism, this capitalism, this like drive towards money had like kneecapped the project at the
It
on the onset.
ruined it.
Like Rafe talked about how he was given a 300-page like basic manuscript where they like market tested the books, asked people why they stopped reading at this book, why they read the first book and then stopped, and just basically like market tested the books and came to Rafe with corrections. And I think once that, if that's how this project starts, the changes are the motivation for the changes. Like, yes, they were able to cobble a cool story together, but like the motivations to change, I think, were like dumb and bullshit from the beginning. Like, it's a great story. It's the best story. We love it. So if you could have gotten to the end of the story without, as many changes, I think that would have been a better product. But there's no way that was going to happen because they wanted to fix the books. And I think that's always been like an issue with me. And I think that's just what like big business does. And this is kind of the future. And we just kind of pick and choose what we like to watch these days. I don't watch nearly as much shit as I used to. But it felt doomed from the beginning, and it's just kind of I like this, just the sign of the times. Like maybe it's too good for this world.
Jansen made a good point that you need a strong foundation in order to build a structure, and the foundation was shaky from the beginning with the whole COVID Barney writers. Well, they didn't use union people for writing, but there were so many lightning strikes that happened in this first season that affected it that it's hard to build upon. They had to adapt instead of project.
So this is fascinating. Everyone's talking about how Sony owns. Wait, here we go. They didn't get any rights to the Tolkien's works really, but still had to sign a 5-year season contract. They also no longer have any rights to what Sony has that. And then Dan Lee says Sony owns the physical watch. What does that mean? The physical watch stuff.
Yeah. So
what does that mean, Dan Lou? Like all the props and shit, like the whole like Robert Jordan Studios that they built.
The Ashendari, the weird duct tape Ashendari. Morgan, was that the Ashendari? Did Matt make the Ashendari with the dagger and a broomstick?
We saw the Ashendari in the 8th episode of season 3. It was at the top of the door frame.
Yeah,
he was hanging from it.
But we didn't see it after that, though, did we?
No.
It was the last episode.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
It would have been a thing.
He wasn't hanging from the tree. He was hanging from the staff.
Yeah.
Okay. Was that clear to you? Did you see it right off the bat?
No, I had to see it later.
Yeah.
In fairness, I watch on my laptop.
Oh, speaking of laptop.
No. I watched on my laptop and it just died.
Yeah. Classic. This has been a fraud episode, everyone. Thank you for hanging out.
Oh god.
We've had a lot of issues with technology. I've been like,
are you back?
Nope. I've been having internet issues all day. I think the world's trying to tell me something. Morgan, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Morgan,
okay.
Awesome. You are back. You are live.
Oh.
I think you were saying something. You watch on your laptop and then we lost you.
Yeah, I watch on my laptop, and so that means that I missed like details because I don't have a bigger screen. So I like to afterward rewatch stuff and watch other people's reactions and things. So what other people notice gets pointed out to me.
Yeah. What did we see?
Right off the bat.
See what right off the bat?
The Ashendari.
Okay. No, yeah, we're just dumb puppets.
Yeah, I mean, I have a big screen. I didn't see it, but details.
Which is funny because we never blink.
We never.
We should not have any problem.
My vision is so blurry from tears that do not clear. Morgan, I love you. I'm so glad that you joined us today.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. We should.
Yeah, we need more
we
Morgan.
should have barbecues and stuff. Yeah. More Morgan in our life is a good thing.
Yeah.
What are you doing every Sunday? You want to join?
I mean, I can't join every Sunday. It depends upon how much homework I have. But I'm a little better in the summertime. I'm only taking one class, and it's over by August 14th. I think is when the term ends.
Let's do it. All right. Well, yeah. So we'll see you next week.
Okay.
That was great. It's confirmed.
All right. See you then. Get your homework done on Thursday, would you?
See where I'm at.
Morgan, what's going on with your podcast? Talk to us.
I've been too busy to do it. It's so labor intensive, so it's just kind of like all my brain work has been, focused on school, and I just haven't had the extra mental energy to do it, which has been too bad. But I at least was able to finish up my episodes for the 5th book. I'm hoping to be able to get back to it, but I was at least able to do the my react videos for the show. And, hopefully eventually I can get back to it.
I'm like a Finn with your book breakdowns.
You what?
Book. I'm like an ale Finn. I'm like, I just savor. Give it to me. Oh, Morgan has a new book breakdown.
Yeah, I actually found a podcast recently that's reading the books of Stephen King in publication order. And, you too, Zool. And the guys are actually like English professors with PhDs, and they are like so much a cut above where I'm at because they are actually scholars, and I'm listening to them, and it's like where it's so obvious, like the level of work I'm not willing to do because I just like am too ADHD and don't have it in me, and I'm just sort of like, but it's nice to listen to them. Like I've picked up some buzzwords, so when I get to it again, I might have like some,
I like that. Yeah.
Smarter.
No, well, I guarantee you. Hey, if they're professors, their TAs are doing all the research, and they're just
they got interns.
Yeah.
We are so pro podcast of the Dragon. We love you, seriously.
Yes.
Love you.
Yes, Morgan's all the way. 3 Morgan, salute.
What? Yep.
My heart goes out to you, Morgan. My heart goes out to you.
Well, I was sorry you guys were not at WatCon.
Man, this was the first WatCon that I missed. I was there at the inaugural, and I've been there for everyone, and I missed this one. And gosh, I hate that decision, but I don't have COVID, so
I'm hoping next year I'll feel better because I just was not as social as I wanted to be, but I was so low energy.
Morgan, next year, if you're gonna go, flying to Detroit, we'll go together. I'll drive you down. We'll hang out. I'll drive you back. Detroit's a better airport than Cleveland or Columbus, anyways. Come on, come to the D.
Take you up on that. I flew to Detroit to drive back to college in Massachusetts. My bestie was from Detroit when I first went to school all the way back in the 90s.
Come to the D, Morgan. You got a place here.
It dawned upon me, and I was like, what's going on with these cons and all the COVID? And it's just, I finally figured it out. Like, we're such nerds, we never leave the house.
We never leave the house.
And then when we finally gather together,
we're so just
affecting the fuck out of it. We're like, ah! It's like,
I mean, I have a job I go to, but like I, don't get close to people the way I do at the cons because it's sort of like you guys are some of the few people where I'm like
Yeah.
willing to be in personal.
Yeah. And you got to pass the Duchy.
Pass the Jeep on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
Oh, Morgan, you're frozen
It's like
again.
it's like the second most intimate thing. There's like
Oh,
making
no,
out and
you're back.
passing
You're back. Okay,
Duchies.
you're back. Passing Duchies is like you only do it with friends and acquaintances and strangers.
Yeah. So at the next con, if you ever see us, just pass the Duchy.
Pass the Duchy. I'll
Yeah.
be on your left-hand side.
Even if we're just live on stage, I'm sure it's gonna be fine. Just pass the Duchy.
Just if you got a Duchy.
Yeah, and if
All right,
my-
everyone. Go on.
What's
Oh, I was gonna say if my hearing, I told Matt Hatch if my hearing isn't better by next con, I'm gonna get a fucking hearing aid because it's so annoying.
Oh, that does suck.
man? I'll sit next to you at the next con and I'll rapidly write down everything that's said on a little whiteboard, and then I'll erase it and I'll write it down. I'm good at that.
Yeah.
I got you, girl.
Okay, we got you. All
I
right,
got you, girl.
humans on all the spectrums. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. Like and subscribe. Follow us for every live stream. We're a vibe. Join us Tuesday as we continue on through Towers of Midnight with our first time readers Kay and Josh, and we'll see you next Sunday. We don't know what the topic will be, but there will be a topic. All right, Morgan.
Egwin. We're having Egwin and we're having Critter as a guest, right?
Oh, that's right. We're talking. We're gonna do book to show comparison. Egwin, Critter,
Morgan,
Kate.
Egwin, and we're doing Egwin next week. Study up.
All
right.
We'll see you there.
Yeah, sure.
I love it.
We strong armor.
We'll see
All
you
right,
next
everyone.
week.
Run for your lives. This is the way to leave.
Bye.